You are watching Carbuncle's Corner Silver Bracket. Losers round 1. L4. We've got Freshwater versus FriMeka. And both players with the same pieces out the gate, but will be a two-chain start from FriMeka. Throw a little garbage Freshwater's way. We'll be able to dig out of this very easily, so FriMeka does have to be careful. Has to kind of build like crazy here, because here comes the main chain from Freshwater. One more blue, and FriMeka is able to find a nice extension. And so Freshwater's ball here, but this is going to be a 10 chain from FriMeka, and would have needed quite a bit more on Freshwater's side to counter that. So FriMeka with an early lead. Although it was not a bad start for Freshwater there. This time Freshwater with the early clear and another one. They are down quite a bit of resources at this point, and honestly this is not going to be the most complicated dig for FriMeka to get back to main chain. So Freshwater opting to spend double reds towards the tail, but oh, that might have been worth it with that big thorn buying a little bit more time, and Freshwater starving out FriMeka for the round there. Was rather bold play to neglect the transition like that and just go for an attack, but that was just what the doctor ordered in this case, and FriMeka making funny build here. Cleans up into the same funny build. We'll have to deal with almost a line of garbage coming in from Freshwater into the 4-chain follow-up. And just like in the prior two rounds, there's a lot of catching up to do for the player behind, and that just happened to be FriMeka this round. But FriMeka is looking much healthier this round with their build, and so is Freshwater. So we are relatively neutral. Definitely a larger gap in the middle for Freshwater, now blocked up by one garbage. Easy to clear out. Does not extend with the greens, just goes for main instead, and FriMeka does not need to do too much here to beat that chain. It does have quite a bit of power there, 9 double actually for Freshwater, but 9 double back from FriMeka, ever so slightly larger. The tables are skewed towards FriMeka at this point, but Freshwater does have opportunities to dig out. Finds the red and gets the 3-chain back out. But 3 double 4 into 5. Oh, that was a nice follow-up from FriMeka, able to mobilize the rest of their board to get the finish. Tied 2-2 now. This will be first to 7. Both players fighting to stay alive in this bracket, and Freshwater with a little bit of complexity on the tail here will send a 3-chain, but FriMeka perfectly aligned height-wise to defend here. Just needs one more purple and then that's main. And here goes main for FriMeka. It is slightly on the shorter side, but there is a cut on Freshwater's board. And so solid building from FriMeka will outlast Freshwater's board despite the early exchanges. FriMeka and Freshwater spreading their greens out across the board. FriMeka spending theirs. And we'll have a decent tail ready to go once the main comes out. And oh, this is a huge deconstruction from Freshwater. Very, very clear flag to send main at this point. And getting that nice yellow tail at the end there. FriMeka just not in any sort of risk that round. Going up 2-4 is FriMeka at this point. Playing a very consistent game, whereas for Freshwater, well, they're going to need to figure something out on how they can trip up FriMeka's momentum. Because definitely on their side right now. Early cleanup for FriMeka. Has an option to cut through the yellows. But tall column 2 and gaps in 1 and 3 for Freshwater makes building a little bit difficult. They'll have to settle for a 2-chain to try and clean something up, but they've got just a short main, and FriMeka already at the base with 5, ending with 9 double. Early build decisions coming back to bite Freshwater in the bottom here. But they've got an AC round. Let's see how they decide to play this. But both players building relatively high up. Freshwater with the perfect counter height here actually. Unfortunately won't have greens to... Ooh, this is a very bold extension here, and they're gonna get it. They're not gonna risk the greens, but they will get a nice 3-chain off, and that is with the AC bonus, so that kills. Freshwater surviving the early volley from FriMeka, and FriMeka not posting a large enough follow-up to stop Freshwater from sending back an attack of their own. Freshwater with a pretty nice tail here this time around. They don't need to be too concerned about this early pop from FriMeka. And actually it is FriMeka this time with a little bit more difficult of a tail to work around. It seems like they're having trouble. And they are getting lots of greens though, so they will have time to set this off, but nice 6 double. It's gonna be close. Raw 7, our regular 7 from FriMeka will send back a little bit. But here's the follow-up 2 from Freshwater. But FriMeka able to recover the rest of the tail that they were not able to utilize in their main chain initially. And that will polish off the round. FriMeka now sitting at match point here, 3-6. Freshwater making their last stand. As they lose this, they will be done for the day. And Freshwater, with a huge tailing error here, they are going to lose the last 3 columns almost completely due to the yellows conflicting in columns 3 and 4, whereas FriMeka is just building without a care in the world, sending main right away. And they will get the reds and yellows tailed. And that is just gonna be lethal. That will be your set as FriMeka very convincingly taking that set over Freshwater, and will move on in the bracket.